Let me be blunt. I've watched some of the smartest people I know, high IQ, great careers, impressive resumes, go broke. Not poor, broke. Emotionally rattled, financially exposed, wondering how it all slipped away. And no, it wasn't because they were stupid. It wasn't bad luck, and it wasn't one market crash. It was a pattern, a quiet one. And if you're over 50, there's a good chance you're closer to it than you think. Most people assume going broke looks dramatic. Wild gambling, reckless spending, one huge mistake. That's comforting because it lets you believe that won't be me. What I've actually seen is much scarier. Smart people go broke slowly. They make reasonable decisions that compound in the wrong direction. They confuse confidence with certainty. They mistake familiarity for safety. They don't blow themselves up. They bleed out, quietly, politely, over years. And if you're sitting there thinking, I'm careful, I'm conservative, I'm responsible, good. That's exactly who this video is for. I've spent decades watching markets rise, fall, panic, recover, and repeat. More importantly, I've watched people react to those cycles. By the end of this video, you'll understand why intelligence doesn't protect you from financial failure, the recurring behaviors that quietly destroy wealth, and how to think differently, especially later in life, so you don't repeat the same mistakes. This isn't about getting rich. It's about not getting trapped. I've seen brilliant analysts fall in love with their own conclusions. They did the work. They ran the numbers. They built airtight logic, and then the world changed. Markets don't reward intelligence. They reward adaptability. The people who went broke weren't careless, they were rigid. Once they formed an opinion, they defended it like a personal identity. I learned early on to say 3 words as often as possible. I could be wrong. This one is painful to watch. People get close to financial security and then sabotage it by reaching they already had enough. Enough to be safe. Enough to sleep at night. But enough didn't feel exciting. So they chased yield. They added leverage. They bought complexity they didn't fully understand. I've seen decades of careful work undone by one sentence. Just a little more. The most dangerous phrase in investing is, it's been fine so far. Risk doesn't announce itself. It hides behind calm periods and good narratives. The people who went broke didn't see risk because they weren't looking for it. They measured success by recent outcomes, not underlying exposure. I learned to worry less about what can happen and more about what happens if I'm wrong. Smart people love predictions. Rates will stay low. This trend will continue. That risk is unlikely. The problem isn't forecasting, it's depending on forecasts. The future doesn't care how confident you sound. I stopped building plans that only worked if the world behaved. I started building plans that survived when it didn't. Even told smart people figure it out. That's wrong. Smart people still make emotional decisions. You've been told conservative investing guarantees safety. No, it only guarantees safety from certain risks, not all of them. You've been told experience protects you. Experience helps, but only if you stay open to learning. Here's a framework I live by. Survive. Never risk ruin. Simplify. If you can't explain it simply, it's probably dangerous. Size wisely. No single decision should matter too much. Stay humble. The market doesn't owe you consistency. Protect optionality. Always leave yourself room to adjust. Remember this, and you'll avoid most disasters. The people I've seen go broke weren't reckless. They were confident, comfortable, and slightly complacent. Wealth isn't destroyed by stupidity. It's destroyed by unchecked assumptions. If you want more hard-earned lessons about money, risk, and long-term thinking without the sugarcoating, subscribe and don't miss the next one. I'd rather you be cautious than clever.